How's it going, everybody? Today I'm reviewing Arrow Season 4, Episode 21, Monument Point. Spoilers for the episode. If you've not seen it, go watch the episode, then come back here. So this week's episode, we can see we're definitely getting down to the finale. We're getting to the end. The end game is coming in. And what I'm pleasantly surprised by, was what I thought the big thing that they needed to stop was going to be these nukes, happened this episode, and we still got 2 to go. So the showdown with Dark is clearly coming, as we see where we left off in the episode. But I'm happy that we got this nuke thing out of the way in this episode. And especially, I also enjoyed the fact that, because I was saying last episode, it feels very repetitive. It seems like we've done this before. I like how actually Malcolm says that. And another good scene was the scene between Malcolm and Thea, where Malcolm, we knew he was going to say, he's like, "You're predictable, Dad. I'm doing it to save you. I'm keeping you safe." Because he wants her to live in Genesis and be a part of this city so they can survive the nuclear attacks and all that. So I like that. I'm not too big on the Malcolm's complete, turnaround, wanting to blow everything up and kind of agreeing with Dark. But I can get behind it, I guess, a little bit. I would rather him kind of just be doing this, I can't stop Dark, but I need you to be safe. I'd rather have that be it, because he never has been a fan of Dark. He's kind of just had to work with him because. So I wish he was kind of a bit more conflicted on that end, but oh well. Some of the great scenes, though, were between Oliver and Diggle, and just how Diggle's dealing with killing his brother Andy. So I like seeing Oliver trying to coach him and say, hey, I made this mistake by essentially lying to Lila about doing it in self-defense. Where it's I've made this mistake while lying. You're better than me. Oliver calling himself out, I'm not perfect, but you should be able to learn from that. So I like that, again, the relationship between Diggle and Oliver has always been great. And it just further highlighted this episode. And also, how many villains were in this episode? It felt like Spider-Man 3 almost. There was just a lot of villains. And some of it worked, some of it didn't. A lot of them weren't overshadowed. You had 4 past villains. Plus, if you want to count Malcolm and Dark, so that'd be 6. There'd be 6 in total if you want to count antagonists. So there's a lot of people. One positive of the episode were the fight scenes. The fight scenes were amazing in this, especially the one where Oliver, they're near the end of the episode, when Oliver and Diggle and Lila are all there taking him out. A great fight scene, and you had it complemented by the Thea and Anarchy fight, which was okay. The Arrow always seems to do this. The unnecessary flips, whether it's Arsenal doing weird ones like Roy, or Thea doing weird flips out of nowhere. This time it was Anarchy. He does a flip off the little ledge to step down onto the grass. What is the point of that? Oliver's doing a lot of them too, but at least he's doing flip kicks, so it's a little more forgivable. But there's just so many unnecessary flips in here. I was just come on, just stop it. It makes it look stupid. I also did enjoy the Quentin and Donna stuff, with just how Quentin's kind of trying to get back into it. I didn't like how it was kind of resolved real quick though, where you just after one conversation with Donna, you didn't get to see him kind of stew over it a little bit. The decision to not lie and say that he did know Laurel was the Black Canary. So that was okay. I just wanted a little bit more from it, maybe. And also, speaking of wanting more, it's the flashbacks. It's been, the past 2 seasons have been weak. There's one point in particular where I enjoyed some of the flashbacks. But one part in particular, it cuts, in the heat of it all that's happening with the nukes and everything like that, it cuts over to the flashbacks. And we see all of a sudden the other girl that, I can't remember her name because we haven't spent enough time with her, the girl that Oliver's with on the island, and she has the idol thing, and then her eyes go green, and I think, I want to time out the thing. I think the flashback might have been 15 seconds max, and we cut back. It just felt it just broke up the pace of the show. It was a very weird choice, especially for an only 15-second clip. Just make it longer at least, and then it would have felt better paced. But that wasn't the case, so it just felt odd and awkward, and it just took me out of it a little bit. Also, I'm curious, is Thea's boyfriend, Alex, is he dead, or is he just unconscious? I'm not sure right now. It seemed like he might have been dead at the end, and if they did, I'm happy they did that. I want there to be some sort of stakes. I want people we know, somewhat know. Alex has been around for the majority of the season, just in the background, so I don't want him to the person to die, but I think the character dying is gonna help further Thea's character a little bit, and so hopefully he is indeed dead, just for the plot of the show. And then getting to the end of the episode with the nuke going off and Thea redirecting it to, I think it was Haven Brook or something like that. She redirected it, and like tens of thousands of people died. I'm sure it wasn't millions or whatever, what it would have been, but there's a lot of casualties, and I'm curious to see how now Felicity, everyone's had their moment. Uh, Laurel dying kind of affected everyone, especially Diggle because he felt responsible, and then Diggle really felt it again with killing his brother. Now it feels like Felicity's really going to feel it. Of course, Quentin's feeling it because of Laurel dying as well. So it feels like everyone's having their trials here, and everyone's going in dark places. And now Thea's kind of, I mean, she saved a lot of people, but she's got to be having to deal with that. So I like that. And then, of course, Diggle and Oliver going in to the Nexus Chamber and seeing Damien Dark, who was doing some weird magic stuff. And the fight's on. The fight is on. Last 2 episodes, you can see that if there's going to be no more filler. There's only 2 episodes to go. So these 2 episodes should be action-packed, and there should be a lot of stakes on the line. So excited for the last 2. Anyways, let me know your thoughts on the episode in the comment section below. Again, be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more videos each and every week. That is it, and I'll talk to y'all later.